I don't necessarily blame Dad. I'm like, yeah, Dashi made that Friday 13 games more fun than then times I actually played. I was like, I never had that much fun playing that game.
All right. Oh, okay. Hey guys. Hey guys. Sorry, me and Marco and I talk about Dashi. How's everybody doing? First of all, can I hear? Is my mic on? Is the mic on? Yeah, it's on. Okay. Uh, we are. It is 10:03 Eastern Standard Time. I'm here again. It is the almost the end of the month of March. My God, it is now starting to just get crazy in terms of like time is just going so fast. Once daylight saving time, it just seemed like everything's gone faster. Excuse me. But yesterday was a special day. Was my birthday yesterday, and yesterday uh hit 4-3 yesterday. I got a lot of birthday wishes and text messages from family, and very nice. It was just nice to be acknowledged. And more importantly, again, it gets harder every year uh, in terms of one person in particular is not here to celebrate with me. That being my mom. So it does always get harder every year. But outside of that, I had a very pleasant day yesterday. Uh, it was fun. It was cool. Um, didn't really do anything. I was just enjoyed. Now it's to the point now. As you get older, like I'm not really expecting to do much. In terms of besides that, because I had to work, and I was just like, okay. And I was thinking about taking that day off, but I didn't. I was just like, that's all right. It was a nice quiet night anyway, so it was fine. Uh, but outside of that, I mean, there's the world of in the world of our community, there has been a lot of things going. We know Daredevil has been going on, and no, I have not been watching it. And there's a reason for that. I'm gonna wait to all 9 episodes are up, and then I'm gonna just one day just watch stream it. I've gotten into the habit of doing that, like just binge watching everything. So I'm better at doing things like that. So no Daredevil questions, please. Because I have not been, excuse me, I have not been watching it. Um, so no Daredevil questions, but I did watch. I will say this: I do know that a certain character did die. I'm not going to spoil who it is, and I did watch the monologue scene between Punisher and Matt, and I was like, damn, that was really good. I did see that, and John Bernthal he kills it as Frank. I don't know what he does with his voice, but it just when you hear John Bernthal talk it's like where does that Punisher voice come from? Because it's gruff, it's gritty, and you're like that doesn't sound anything like him. So um, really funny, really cool. Uh, uh, That's funny. Why would I react to Richard Pryor when I've seen almost everything Richard Pryor has done? Just to let you know, uh, the key of reacting in general. Who said that? Ryan is that you want to react to something you haven't seen, and I've watched all of Richard Pryor's stand-ups and everything like that. So yeah, I know Richard Pryor very well, and he is one of the best. Rest in peace. Um, so yeah, Um, outside of I still there's some movies. There are a lot of movies that are still I gotta see. I want to see. I still need to see Novocaine. I want to go see that. Um, and I want to see Mikey 17. I think that's the name of it. Um, I watched the trailer for the new Final Destination, and it was really nice to see Mr. Tony Todd in one of his final performances. Shouts out to Tony Todd. I mean, you could tell like in that you could tell like he wasn't really in health wise. You could look at him, but the fact that he still did it, I appreciate that. Um, and screwed the Academy for not acknowledging him. Like what the hell? We had some deaths, some more deaths, man. It's crazy. Like I said, 2025 is starting to become like 2016 all over again. We lost George Foreman this week. George Foreman, one of the greats, the man, as I like to call, who had, we talk about, if you know your boxing, they talk about Roberto Duran with the iron. Yeah, Foreman had some power. He was all power. And I was just watching a video of Evander Holyfield talking about how what was Foreman's technique. Like he would let you like punch him in the face, but he would like cover up like this, and all he was doing was just getting closer to you. And soon as then he would like almost like push you off, like boom, and then you go falling back, and then he just hit you with that his big haymakers and stuff like that. And it was really cool. I loved listening to him talk about Muhammad Ali and how he would say in the first fight they had, the fight in Zaire, the Rumble, and he would say he said Ali was out trying to win a match. I was trying to kill him. He was like, I was trying to kill him. And he talks about how like over the years, like him and Ali just became great friends. And he would always talk to him, even when his Ali's Parkinson's started to get a lot worser. And he would FaceTime with him, and I'm like, whoa, Ali was FaceTiming, and it's just really cool to hear that. When you hear stuff like that, it's like, okay, it's almost like that honor amongst warriors. Like, okay, I may have, I may have lost to you, but there's a lot of respect, because a lot of people forget. Like after, I think it was after he lost that fight, Foreman went into like he got religious again. He became like a Baptist preacher or something for a while, but he made good with his kids, and I don't care what, his family's set for life because of that fucking grill. That grill is gonna he is set. So his family ain't never got to worry too much about money. As much as, I mean, I had a Foreman grill. I still need to go get another one. I had a Foreman grill. Everybody had a Foreman grill, and it's funny how that grill could have went to Hogan, but it didn't. It could have went, and so rest in peace to George Foreman. Um, Rest in peace indeed. Uh, Very, very, very sad. That was sad to hear when I saw it. I was like, oh, not another. I was like, oh. But I don't want to bring down the chat and the open mic tonight, guys. I'm here to talk, answer your question, have some fun. You guys just bring the ruckus, bring the noise. Look forward to it. I'm just gonna wait a little bit more, let people come in. But in the meantime, uh, let's have some fun, baby. Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Tom. Again, it's belated now. My birthday was yesterday, but thank you for the happy birthday. Yeah, thank you. Uh, Thank you indeed. Mark, what are you watching? Which match? Oh, okay. All right, let's see what we got. Couple of years. Wow, Club 40. Yeah, I'm in Club 40, 43. Um, One of my good friends turned 39 today. He will be. Yeah, Victor turned 39 today. He I told him. I said, "This is your final year in Club 30." I said, "When you enter Club 40 or drink to that." Uh, and what do you say, Club? I'm only in Club Teen. This is my last year for being in that club team, and then next year I'll be Club 20. Okay. What's up, Lorenzo Smalls? Was good. Uh, Andre, happy. Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. Answer that question. Okay. The God of Comics. Do you think Harley Quinn is the mother of Lobo's daughter, Crash? No, I do not. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Marion. I didn't know George Foreman died till now. Yeah, he passed away. I think it was a couple of days ago, but yeah, he passed away. A lot of deaths been happening, man, and it's shocking to most because you're like, what the hell? Like, god damn. But yeah, it's really sad, And like me and my brother were saying, like this year is becoming like 2000 uh, 16 all over again. Remember how many deaths was happening then? Like it's crazy. He was 76. Um, do you think John Bernthal is a good voice for Thog? Uh, where he's talking about Invincible. Um, I depends. It depends. What Harley Quinn? What would Harley Quinn think of Dante? Dante who? Are we talking from Devil May Cry? Because if that's the case, I don't know. um, what are your thoughts on the upcoming game Blood of the Daywalker? I have not watched it yet. I seen somebody told me about that. I have not watched it yet, so I haven't. I gotta check it out. Lorenzo says, "How are you liking Creature Commandos?" Yeah, I am watching Creature Commandos. I am reacting to it. Right now, I just finished watching um a couple more episodes. I think I'm down to almost. Uh, I watched 2 episodes last week. I recorded a reaction for 2 episodes, and then I recorded again this week for 2 more episodes. So I'm almost done with the first season. I'm enjoying it. If you've probably been watching, if you've been watching, I have been putting up shorts of me watching it. It's not here on YouTube. You got to watch it if you want to watch it. It's for everybody. You could sign up to my Patreon and you can watch it there. It's for every member. It's not just for paid members. It's for free members. I'm giving that one away for free. Like so, I've been enjoying it very much. But I don't trust the. Like I said, I don't trust the princess. I do not trust her. Did you see how quickly she threw herself at Flag? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? So Lorenzo, yeah, I've been loving it. I've been enjoying it very much. Me and my dog Jazzy, oh, that's a nice name. What breed is Jazzy? Uh, are just having laying on the couch watching you stream right now. That's cool. What's Jazzy? What breed is Jazzy? Michael Myers versus Muse from Marvel. Uh, Muse. Do you know what the Muse is? Muse is more. Yeah, there's no. Uh, Muse is superhuman. Muse is an inhuman. So yeah. Andre, what do you think about the new Looney Tunes? Excuse me. The new Looney Tunes Looney Tunes reaction towards Dr. Banner. Wait, no, the Looney Tunes movie, the day that was supposed to have been came out that day, the day the Earth blew up, and it got I think it got pushed aside, and Warner Brothers halted it. So I'm glad it finally came out. It's like Warner Brothers is starting to forget that before all DC and all that, the Looney Tunes was their go-to. Like, you know, show some respect, man. Um, who is your favorite Looney Tune? Daffy Duck. I'm a big Daffy Duck fan. I like Bugs. I like Bugs, but when whenever Bugs and Daffy together, I get more of a kick out of Daffy than Bugs, because most of the time it's Bugs fucking with him. I'm like, what are you messing with him for? And then, but when it's Bugs, Daffy, and Elmer, then it's funnier, and I'm like, yeah, this cracks me up every time. It's funny because I just watched an episode, one of my favorite Daffy Duck shorts, when he was Duck Tracy. You know, he's supposed to be a parody of Dick Tracy, and he showed off all his rogues gallery and like snake eyes, and the guy had like uh, dice for eyes and like snake eyes and 88 teeth, pickle, Batman, Pickle Puss, Pumpkin Eater, and Neon Noodle, and Wolf John. And it's the I posted that on I posted that on your Facebook. I said, Michael, look. Yeah, so I was watching that. I love that. That's one of my favorite Daffy Duck shorts. Anytime Daffy Duck got to parody somebody, it was funny. Like when he parodied Robin Hood, cracks me up. He did Superman. I think him and Bugs did Superman. He did uh, no, not Roy Rogers. Uh, Buck Rogers, because he Duck Dodgers is basically Buck Rogers. So anytime Daffy got to do that stuff, it was funny. It was just funny to me. Another favorite, one of my favorite Looney Tunes has got to be Tasmanian Devil. I love Taz. He cracks me up too because the parody of the Tasmanian Devil is funny in the Looney Tunes world. Is like they talk about how he is carnivorous and he eats everything, which is kind of BS because you ever seen what a Tasmanian Devil really looks like? They're no bigger than a little weasel, or excuse me, probably a cocker spaniel, maybe smaller, but and then they're not like that. It's just the funniest thing, and I love when how he talks. He talks like in dialect, like it's like, what for you put me in cold ground, and then just the funniest thing, and things like so. It's funny. I'm a big fan of Porky. You gotta love Porky Pig. And most times, most people don't remember that Porky Pig. Back in the day, the man that pig used to stutter so much. He would sweat like in the early days. It was just like he couldn't get words out, and the thing about it also is like when you look back at it now, back then, and then when you look at it now, it's not really funny as it is because they basically are making fun of people who stutter, and you kind of look at it now through adult eyes, and you're like, it's not as funny as it used to be, and that's why you don't hear him stutter as much as he used to. But I remember that short where he cursed. He's like, son of a, and he's like, you thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you? I was like, it's the funniest thing. I'll give you one more. My favorite Looney Tunes. Uh, Foghorn Leghorn is another one I love because he's just loud and just like and every time you try to, it's like he has it coming. Pause. He has it coming to him when someone says, like I say, but and he's still talking. It's like, you shut up. Like, would you shut up? So it's the funniest thing. I used to whenever my family and I used to go to Great Adventures, Six Flags Great Adventures, uh, in which is in New Jersey. We used to always hang out with the Looney Tunes because they was always there. And anytime I remember, my cousin, we saw a phone called Leghorn there, and we used to say, "What are you doing to the dog Charlie?" Because that was like he would always mess with that dog, the dog Charlie, and he went like this. I beat him up. That was the funniest thing. So yeah, I love Looney. I still love him to this day. I still watch the shorts, but I do feel like Warner Brothers is kind of like like not using them as much in terms of like they were your main attraction before. Uh, I saw the day blew up. Okay, that's good. How would Alucard from Helsing? How would he react towards Doctor Bruce Banner and the Hulk? Well, that's a very, very, very interesting because the Hulk doesn't really mess with vampires like that, and the vampires in Marvel don't mess with him. They barely mess. They don't mess with the Hulk at all. They stay away from him, and I can understand why. Alucard from Helsing being who he is, I think in some cases he would want to fight him because, as you all know, Alucard he gets off on fighting strong opponents. Like if you're not strong, he hates it. He's like so he would probably try to push Banner into bring that green Goliath out I like and it'll be something like that. Do does Mark versus Conquest fight? Wait, do Mark wait, what? Do Mark versus Conquest right? I love it. It was bloodiest. Are you basically talking about the fight with Conquest? I told y'all the fight was bloody. I told you that fight with Conquest was going to be bloody. They adapted it pretty well. I was as well as it could be. It was bloodier in the comics, but they adapted it well, so I was not surprised. Kind of interesting to see your reaction with the few moments in Creature. Yeah, go to my Patreon. You'll see the rest of it. Just sign up for free and you can watch them. I'm they for everybody. I'm about to after this. I'm gonna upload two more reactions because I'm doing two episodes a reaction. The first one was just one, and I love the phosphorus fight with Major Flag. It was like, what the hell? And you just hear me saying, "Burn him! Why you punch him? That was stupid." Like, because it was. It's like, why would you punch a guy that's like radioactive? Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, it was, it was really stupid. I'm like, but it was fun. And like I said, I don't trust the princess. And don't spoil anything. Uh, what is the worst beaten use ever seen in Invincible get? Uh, Well, again, I read the comics before the show, so everything my knowledge will come from the comics first. And Invincible has taken a beating many times. I mean, for anybody who doesn't know, Invincible fights Conquest. I see. I shouldn't even spoil that for you, but I guess let me. Conquest is not dead. He's not dead. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Conquest lived. Um, he lived because Cecil uh, showed Mark Conquest dead, but it wasn't him. It was actually a fake, and he kept Conquest alive, and Conquest broke free, and they went at it again. And this time around, Conquest ripped. He went after. It was Mark, his father, and his brother, and they fought, and Mark actually this time Mark actually did kill him. He killed him. He choked the shit out of him. He choked him to death. Like he choked him while Conquest was ripping out his intestines. And so Mark Omni Man and his brother had to wait to Mark heal from that. It was crazy. That got bloody. That was really crazy. So I'm not sure if they're going to show that, but yeah, that Conquest is not dead. There was a round two of Conquest. Uh, Interesting to see your. Oh no, I've seen that. Read that. Uh, you ever watch Sailor Moon, Chris? Of course I have. Caroline, you don't hear me talk about Sailor Jupiter. That's my favorite. Makoto is my favorite sailor. She's just my favorite one. I love her. I love her all the time. I'm surprised that I've talked about Sailor Moon all the time. Yes, I Sailor Jupiter is my favorite. I love her to death. Anytime I'm at comic conventions and I see people cosplaying as Sailor Jupiter, I'm like, can I get a picture? Because she's my favorite. And what I love about it, most of the time, most of the women that have cosplayed as they've been very tall, and I'm like, and yeah, everybody's taller than me, but yeah, I'm like, it's good to see like tall women because she's the tallest out of all of them. I love her. That's my favorite. Jazzy is technically a cock cockapoo or no, what is that breed? Let's see what else we got. I could be wrong, but I honestly think Warner Brothers is embarrassing by the Looney Tunes. That's dumb. That's real stupid to say that. That's real dumb. If you're embarrassed by a group of characters that is very lucrative, makes you money, you're dumb. That's stupid. That's real dumb. Andre, how would Mark Grayson would react towards Gohan if they happen to meet each other? Uh, I think there would be a lot of different. Gohan would like, wait, that's your dad. Your dad. So your dad beat you up, like all that stuff. Yeah, he would. Gohan would like your dad's weird. Like you know, yeah, he would hate that. So what do you think about the new one world under doom storyline from Marvel right now? I'm not reading it until it comes out in trade. So when events, I don't read anymore in single issues. I don't. I wait till the trades come out. Uh, do you watch Solo? Do you ever have? Did you watch Solo Level yet? No, because that's another anime that I will be watching reacting for the first time. So yeah, you haven't seen it yet. Let's see what else we got. Can the anti monitor beat Chaos King? Depending on it depends. The anti monitor is strong though. There are plenty of things that aren't that funny to me anymore. Honestly, uh, depends. Yeah. Warner Brothers is messing up these days. To agree. My friend asked me this question today. Who is the best dad? Lynn Senior from Loud House, Kratos, and I was like, "Oh, that's easy, Kratos, because he did everything to protect his son." Okay, that comparison's weird. Like, why would you? We're talking about the father from Loud House compared to Kratos. That's very weird. That's a very bad comparison. Um, that's very bad. Uh, Indeed, I can't even comment on that. Like that doesn't make sense. Um, but what is really cool, and speaking of Kratos, what I really thought was cool was seeing the image of T.C. Carson, the original young Kratos, and Christopher Judd together, and they got their Kratos rings, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like both Kratos together. A lot of people forget it's T.C. Carson that voiced Kratos for the first. He versed Kratos all the way up to I forget what game, and then Christopher Judd took over as old man Kratos, like older Kratos. But more importantly, TC Carson also voiced Mace Windu. He was Mace Windu in the Clone Wars. Like, you know, most people when they think about TC Carson, they'll probably think about him as Kyle from Living Singles, one of my favorite shows. And then of course, he's done a lot of stage work. He's done a lot of um he's done a lot of there's some movies like he was in this movie called it was he was in it, Harvey Keitel, and I believe it's Matthew McConaughey called U-517. It was like World War II, and they commandeered a German sub, and they couldn't pilot it at first because everything was in German. That was a good movie. Then I remember his first movie. I remember the first movie I saw him in was a movie called Living Large, where he at one point then he became like a fat man. It was just weird. And then of course, if y'all know the Final Destination 2, he was in that. That's TC Carson. But he voiced Kratos great. That you forget that's Kratos. You're like, wait, he did Kratos? And how crazy is that? Like, just to see. So, and Christopher Judd has been killing it, voice acting for years. I mean, this is the same guy who voiced D Mob in the Def Jam game. D Mob, that was Christopher Judd. And the first time I saw Christopher Judd, he was on Farscape. I think it was Farscape. It was it was a sci-fi TV show. Uh,
You mean Stargate?
Stargate, right? Stargate or Stargate? Yeah,
You talking about who played MacGruber?
yeah, yeah,
When you MacGyver.
yeah.
That's Stargate.
Yeah, that's Stargate. Yeah, he was in that. Uh, what's your opinion on Cersei's? Just wonder. I love Cersei's. She's my favorite Wonder Woman villain, and it's funny how we still have not seen her yet in live action. She is one of the few villains that can give Diana some trouble. And Diana, whenever they go at it, it's like Diana's like, oh God, her. Cersei's is crazy. Is But she's in the show Creature Commander. So let's see where. Okay, I wonder if they're going to do this in Invincible series. Nissa. Well, from what I understood, season 4 is going to be original storytelling, not adapting from the comics. That's what I heard. Uh, Thrag is feared by his own people. Yeah, he is. Kratos and Atreus versus Omni Man and Mark. Why would they fight?
Oh,
Kratos and Omni Man. I'm trying to figure that one out. Is it true that even without her armor, Samus Aran is a very tall woman? Yes, she is very tall. The suit puts a foot on her. I think a foot, but she's already a tall woman. She's already almost 6 feet tall as it is. But the suit will make her bigger. Um, and I still want a proper uh something done with Samus, like that series on a on a Amazon, where pretty much it's called Secret Level, where I would love them do something with Samus, because I'm not finished with it yet. I'm almost up to the episode with Mega Man, so I'm really looking forward to that. Uh, a Cockapoo is a mix between a cocker spaniel and a poodle. Oh, but okay, so she's a mixed breed. Okay, she or he? Just uh, did you find it funny? Did you find funny Voldemort generally has a bunch of kids? No, I don't find it funny because they're trying to preserve their race. So that's why whenever they find someone suitable, like, yeah, you're coming with me. It's kind of crazy. So which DC supervillain would make make a great Moon Knight villain? That's a good question. Eclipso would definitely be good. Um, any god character, I could see Ares being like a Moon Knight villain, like you know, because Ares are like so you are you're an avatar to the god of your god, the moon god of your, just I could see that. There's a couple of people. There's more. Even Deathstroke, I could see. Yeah, Deathstroke. Um, let's see. Uh, so next question. So how would you make a absolute universe version of Aquaman? I'm wondering. I don't think they're gonna do any more absolute characters yet. I think they said Lantern is the last one for now, but I'm surprised they haven't done Aquaman. I think for Aquaman, well, the whole thing is like the absolute universes is almost like hope is gone. So we would have to do maybe um Aquaman is an orphan. He has no family. He has no ties to Atlantis, so he doesn't know where he where he fits in. And in honesty, I could see him being like an experiment, like being experimented on by some some like uh, science funded organization that the government doesn't even know about, and they just poke and prod him all the time, just to see what he can do and how he's able to do it. Like I can see stuff like that, like similar how they did like Superman in the Injustice world. He was just cut off from, and he was all skinny and stuff like that. Like they kept him locked up. That's how I can see Aquaman. He has no family, no like you would have to really, because the way they are doing Flash is he has no mentors. He Because they're doing Wally in this world. He has no mentor. He has no comprehension on his powers. So yeah, I can see something like that. What's up, Warhawk? Rambo was good. Um, thank you again, guys. Thank you for the belated birthday wishes. I appreciate it, guys. Again. Hey Chris. So yo, it's been a long time. Music lover K. Oh shit! Damn, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? How have you been? Life's been treating you well, I hope. Yeah, I can't complain. I've been fine. It's nice to see you again. I have not heard from you in a while, so it's been fun. That's good to know. Um, also, this is from Andre. Also, how would you make the absolute universe version of the Wonder Twins? I don't like the Wonder Twins, so don't even get me. I do not like the Wonder Twins. I find the Wonder Twins dumb, in my opinion. I really do. I find them dumb. I find them so dumb. So let me get this straight. They have this power, and one of them can turn into animals. The other one can only turn into water. Like what that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. How, yeah, that makes no fucking sense. And I like the fact that they did a panel on Cartoon Network a year, and I think Jan even brought up. He's like, wait a minute, how come I'm always the one that I can only turn into water and stuff? It's stupid. I think it's so dumb. It that Even when they brought them, they did it in Justice League. They made a version of them in Justice League, and even still, I'm like, okay, they made them look cool looking, but still, I'm like, they're stupid. It's dumb. Those are two characters I think that debuted from the Justice League cartoon from the '70s, and I look at and I'm like, they're dumb. They make no sense to me. They make no fucking sense. They make no sense. And if you are a Wonder Twins fan, I'm sorry, but they do not appeal to me. They're one of the few heroes. They're some of the heroes that don't appear to me. I don't dislike them or hate them. I just they it's stupid just the way they exist and how their powers act. That's dumb. Why wouldn't they both have that kind of power to changing the animals in water and stuff like that? And the fact that they gotta touch each other and it's just stupid to me. I can't. Wonder Twin powers activate. What the form of water turn into this? I'm like, get out of here. I just can't. I'm sorry. I just can't with them. I really can't. Um. So. Uh. I'm sorry. I just don't like the Wonder Twins. TC Car. TC Car. Oh yeah. What is the most painful looking thing that has ever have that? Oh, wait, yeah, let me see. Yeah. What is the most painful looking thing that you've seen happen to Daffy Duck? Uh, well, what haven't we seen happen to Daffy Duck? I mean, the man's got his face blown off, and his beak is this way, and it's hard to say with the Looney Tunes that everything harmful has happened to them, and they get up like nothing ever happened. Uh, did you ever play Fear, Fear Effect from PS1? Fear Effect. What is that?
What?
Fear Effect.
I remember the game Fear.
Yeah, I'm trying.
FEAR with the girl.
Let me see. Fear Effect. Oh, okay. Fear Effect. The with the from 2000, the girl kind of looked like a Eon Flux. I have played that. Yes, I have. I have played that. Yeah, I just looked it up. So yes, I have. I haven't played that in years though. Um, Jazzy is a girl. Okay, cool. A lot of people don't forgive Anissa. Do you? I don't really care about her too much. I never did. I never did. So no. Anissa. Anissa from Invincible. Do you think Hiroyuki Sanada is a good actor for Kazuya Mishima if they were to do another live action Tekken? What do you think? Um, Mr. Sanada is best when he is using his strengths, and his strengths is more based around um, katanas and stuff. He is a legit swordsman, so anything that's where he shines. I mean, he does play Scorpion, and that was probably the best part about that Mortal Kombat movie in general. And then fuck that rest of that. I don't care. Yeah, I said it, and I seen the pictures of Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, and still that movie does nothing for me. Um, doesn't. But so not no, I no. You need somebody else to play uh, Kazuya, and besides, you'd want somebody a little younger. You don't want too older, so no. Do you think Yujiro Hanma and Akuma would know about each other if they were in the same universe? Absolutely. Uh, they make Rhea Ripley unsympathetic. Oh yeah, okay. We're getting into some wrestling questions. Yes, Rhea as of late has been coming off exactly what Charlotte Flair has called. I said that the moment they did it. The moment she lost her belt, and then she cuts this great promo in the back, and I'm like, and then the next week she comes out and she's acting like it's like that shit never happened. And now she's acting like a child, just like what Charlotte Flair said. She said. And what was really cool is the man himself, Solomonster, brought me, gave me a shout out and said, "Yeah, I said that because I did. I tweeted that to him, and I said she's a child, and she's still acting like a child. It's like she's writing her name on contracts. You know that don't work, and it's like you lost. Nobody told you to do what you did. She's mad because of what? Because Bianca Belair was she caught Bianca clapping for Io to get back in the ring. Okay, and then she flips out on that. Then what she does? She looks at Bianca and says, "See you at WrestleMania," and gets countered and loses. Whose fault is that? Not Bianca. Then you want to blame because she said you put your hands on her, not the other way around. And that she's still acting like but there are people still cheer, and I don't get it. I'm like, she's the heel in this. She's spoiled. It's like it's just it drives me crazy sometimes, and so it's just dumb. I can't with that. Very empathetic. Happy belated birthday. I hope you are well. By the way, do you watch reliving reliving the war from Russell what blows? No, I don't. I'll add it on the list. Thoughts on absolute Bane? I saw him. I saw his look. Nothing too different. I mean, he's jacked, but Bane has always been jacked. It's like you can't. There's nothing to it. Like Bane has always been a big dude without the the venom that makes him bigger, which is just a steroid. Bane has always been a big dude. He's always been a muscular dude. I think a lot of people forget that. Like Bane, he was always a big dude. So seeing him now, seeing that, I'm looking more forward to absolute Mr. Freeze. Did you see absolute Mr. Freeze? I was like, he looks creepy. He looks like a mixture of the Wendigo and what's those characters from Game of Thrones? White Lighters or the I don't watch Game of Thrones, but those like frost people. That's what he looks like. He looks like the depiction of a Wendigo, a creepier, and because he's got long hands, and I'm like, ooh, he looks creepy. Uh, so yeah, correct me on that, guys. Whoever, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, what are those like winter characters that I've seen? I don't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch it. So. The Wonder Twins don't have to. Wait, the Wonder Twins don't have to dumb. Don't what? Wait, what? What are your thoughts on John Cena turning fight? Right now, it ain't. It ain't. Right now, John Cena's heel turn ain't cutting for me. I don't know because everything about it is he's everything is towards the fans. And when he cuts these promos, I'm like, this seems to be something he could have done prior because there was talks of him going heel back in the day. He had new music, he had new gear, everything. Now it's not there. It's he should be focused on Cody, but it's not. It's like, what are you doing? Like, yo, it's weird. They it it's not better. Like one thing I will say, it's not better than Hogan, but you would, and there's no mention of The Rock, and he's not explaining why he turned. It's they still got time, but it's like, come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Come on, let's go, let's go. Lorenzo, the Wonder Twins are crap. I look, man, I can't with them. I can't. Uh, you know, you know, every time that Spike the dog beat up Tom, Tom, I'm surprised that Tom didn't press charges on it. Yeah, because most of the time it's not always Tom's fault. It's Jerry. Like, I don't get it how people. will defend Jerry. I'm like, there are times Jerry, he starts it. Tom is just Tom is either chilling or he's trying to get a lady friend and he's trying to impress her. I remember the one where he was singing the song "Is You Ain't My Baby," and here come Jerry messing with him. I'm like, yo, leave him alone. Like, why are you fucking with him? Like, leave him alone. So there are times like majority it's Jerry starts it, not the other way around. And when it comes to Tom and yeah, when Spike's in the episode with his little son, yeah, it's like Jerry starts it, man. That's why I always like that. Uh, what would your idea be for a novel about any Disney character? Um, I would do a novel of Quackshot. If anybody doesn't know what Quackshot is, it was a Disney game back in the day for the Sega Genesis. It starred Donald Duck, and it was a parody of Indiana Jones. I love that game. I would do a parody. I would do a novel of that. I'm a Donald Duck guy. Yeah, I'm a Donald. Yes, I like ducks. Okay, so a lot of the duck characters I love. If y'all don't know what Quackshot is, look it up. Yes, I'm showing my age again. Uh, Hunter Johnson asks, "What would happen if you were pulled over by a police officer and that officer looked like Robert Patrick?" I'm getting the fuck out of here. Just, because all I need to hear him say is, "Have you seen this boy? I'm out. I'm out. I'm out." And we're talking younger Robert Patrick because now Robert Patrick, his face is a little chubbier now. So no, yeah, and him giving you that look, like, nope. It reminds me of the scene from the cameo from in Wayne's World where Robert Patrick and he did the say he's like, "Have you seen this boy?" Because he got stopped over, and then Wayne was like, "Yes, officer, can I help you?" And then he, "Have you seen this boy?" And then, and he drove away, and you just see him walking at him. I'm like, "Yep, nope." But speaking of Robert Patrick, I have to listen to all the dialogue that he did for T1000 for Mortal Kombat. But I love if you listen to Robert Patrick talk about how he got into playing the T1000, what he looked at for motivation and inspiration. Like he looked at a lot of like predatory cats and how they would stalk, and that's how he played it off like a predator, and how he learned how to shoot without blinking. That stuff that was cool. I love hearing that stuff. I love stuff like that. That's cool. Uh, do I have any? I have read Avatar comics. I have a few. Those are under Dark Horse. Because is it not young no more? Well, he's still younger looking than Heihachi. Like, come on. Like, um, I once had an idea of a re-imaging version of the Wonder Twins where they still they st- they still have alien origin, but with Jana being able to turn into animals and Zan being able to control any form of plant life. I, I I still don't like. I'm not trying to hate on it. It's just look. I don't like the fact that you got one that can turn into things that are more fiercer than, and then you're basically having him basically have poison ivy abilities. If I need a person that can control plant life, poison ivy is it. I'd rather have her than somebody else. I just don't like the Wonder Twins. I don't. Let's see. Um, can Jin from Tekken can he beat Bane without using the Devil Gene? Jin don't does Jin does not rely on the devil gene. He doesn't rely on that. He does not, and he's a hell of a fighter. And Bane would have to study the hell out of him because that's Bane. Bane. That's the only reason why. When you think about it, why did Bane have to do all the shit he did in Nightfall? If he was so big and bad, why didn't he just fight a prime Batman? Why did he have to break prisons out and tire Batman out to fight him? You could say, "Oh, that was strategy," but it's also like a little cowardice, in my opinion. I'm like, hey, that's cowardless. Like you beating somebody in their prime, then you get my respect. I hate that. Like, yes, he will always be the man that broke the bat, but my issue with Bane being that dude, there has never been any ramifications of it. And what I mean by that, Batman has never shown any signs of like someone picking him up and he because when you and because here's the thing, I'm told when you get a back injury and you somewhat recover from it, you are very fearful of falling on it. And there was no realism, and you don't see that. Like Batman does never show any kind of reluctancy. Oh my God, and somebody like picks him up and he tries to get out of it real quick. Like it's never. I hate that. I really do. And don't give me this garbage about is Batman, dude. No, stop. Because I've seen superheroes who have like little PSD about certain things that may have happened to them, and that I hate that. If I was writing Batman, that would be one of the biggest things. Like he would still be holding, um, he would still be holding some some post traumatic of that incident. Like it would take some time, still take a long time because this is back. Um, let's see. Warhawk asks, I feel Cena's heel turn is too late to be as good as it could have been. I've been hearing that a lot from a lot of people saying that it was the heel turn came a little too late. Um, I've heard a lot of people they just want something more. He's I think personally he should have went all out with it. Like I really do. I think he should have went balls to the wall, like new music, new look. But again, it's it's John Cena. He's gonna do what he want, and it's just and the whole concept like he needs to win is kind of dumb to me. I'm just like, yeah, okay, kind of dumb. Let's see. Travis, have you ever eaten duck? Yes, I bacon duck. I've roast duck. I've eaten duck. I like duck. It's very fatty, but I do like it when I can. Do you think Daredevil has a good chance of being in Avengers Doomsday? Maybe. I would hope. Do you think the T-1000 is more scarier than the T-800, and he feels like a psychopath than a slasher villain? Do I feel the T-1000 is more scarier than the T-800? Yes, because everything the T-800 can't do, T-1000 can do. That's scary to see someone who's basically nearly indestructible. No matter how much you damage it, comes right back together and excuse me, and that's it. You know, can morph into people like he's way different. He's more advanced than the T-800. Marianne, you ask, hey, would you feel? How would you feel? Hey, would you feel? You mean how would I feel? How would I feel about Optimus Prime sacrificing himself to take out Unicron and the Matrix of leadership going to a redeemed Megatron? They did something like this in the comics. I think when IDW still had the Transformers license, and that Megatron was redeemed, and he was a Autobot. I still would not. I don't mind the sacrificing, but I wouldn't give it to Megatron. Still wouldn't give it to. I would give it to a second in command Autobot over Megatron any day. What fuse Liu Kang and Shang Chi just them? That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Andre, I love to see a new character take up the hero mantle of Buana Beast, and I like maybe a younger Mexican luchador character who would call himself Buena Beast, for example. Yeah, Buena Beast is. I think the difference, like Buana Beast, is supposed to be more African based. I think because Buana is, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, if for me, I want a new Aztec. I love Aztec, and I want somebody else to take up that role. I love superheroes who have a backstory or their origin kind of revolves around a god. And Aztec, he's the avatar of Kauai Oahu. Yeah, I think it's the sky god, Mexican sky god. So I like that. I like when heroes have like origins tied to gods, like Moon Knight. Moon Knight's tied. You know, it's cool. Um, have you? How would you write a book about a Native American? Depending on the tribe, depending on how much, it would have to be more about what I know. For me, it would be probably Cherokee because of my family ties to that tribe. So yeah, and it'd be depending on what it was. If I always wanted a Native American Green Lantern, that's what I've always wanted, and I think a Native American Green Lantern would have so much control and will better than any lantern that came before her. It would be a female. Favorite Lorenzo. Favorite Mega Man games. Favorite Mega Man games. I am a fan of the Blue Bomber. Um, Mega Man 2 is definitely one of my favorites. Um, we're just talking Mega Man, not X. So, uh, Mega Man 2, I am a fan of Mega Man 5. I like 5. Um, Mega Man 8, to me, I love Mega Man 8 because that was the first game to come out on PS1. And I remember when my cousin first got that. And I also like it because it was the first game that went more 3D based, but still had that basis of Mega Man, like side scroll. But and it was great. I love the cut scenes, all the the I love all the anime cut scenes, with Mega Man and Mega Man. Bass, we should not be we should be friends and shut up. Bass and Treble, who are basically like a version of devil evil version of them. And I love all the evil robot masters in that game. Clown Man and Grenade Man and I'm Frost Man. Yeah, that was funny. Like Frostman sounded a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is funny. He's like, I'll break you. I will destroy you. It was the funniest thing. It cracked me up. And Sword Man was good. He was like one of the few robot masters I love because when he comes out, excuse me, he says, he's like, nothing personal, but I've got orders. Like he basically says, look, I got nothing against you, Mega Man, but I'm just following orders. And even when you beat him, nice shot. It's cool. So I love that. I love Mega Man. Now, those Mega Man 8 is probably one of my favorites for sure. Um, favorite Flair feud when Flair played the face. I like his feud with Vader in the early 90s. Flair as a babyface, uh what was one of my favorites? I guess him and Taker. Him and Undertaker will always stand out because it was personal. Taker started going after his son, and you know Taker was in that. That's when he was big evil, and he's took him. His whole like respect. If you don't respect me, you get hurt and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that feud very much. Um, yeah, but Flair's a heel. I rather I his feud as heels are better than his feud as a face. Actually, I've actually read this book series about the Disney princesses, Thea, about Eric, Philip, and Charming. Oh, okay. Could Kazuya beat Yujiro in a fight? Uh, mm, I don't think so. Even if Kazuya put his devil gene on, I don't think he'd win. Happy belated birthday, and may you have many more. Thank you. It was yesterday, but thank you. Uh, is Mega Man and Mega Man, are they the same person? No, they are not the same person. So you have to remember, X Mega Man X takes place further into the future, and Mega Man X was the last robot that Dr. Light made before he died. So they're not the same. They're not the same. X is more powerful than the original Mega Man, or Rock Man as he called. Um, he is so no, he's not. They're not the same. They're different. Uh, do you like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner? Yes, I like Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote, super genius. It's, it's funny that he calls himself super genius, but he gets outsmarted by people like Bugs Bunny and all of them. It's the funniest thing. I love when they mix up when it's Wile E. Coyote and Bugs. Zero, he's a wily creation. I think yeah, Zero's a wily creation. Zero also is a doctor. Doctor is a wily. I think I can't remember, but yeah, X is Doctor Light's final creation. If you ever made a Mega Man movie, how would you feel about Patrick Stewart as Doctor Light? Doctor Light, Patrick Stewart as Doctor Light. That would be weird. That'd be kind of funny, because one of the things is seeing Patrick Stewart in a full beard and hair would be really kind of funny. Uh, I can see someone else playing Doctor Light than Patrick Stewart. A part of me, believe it or not, Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, I think could play Doctor Light. Um, and Christopher Waltz as Dr. Wiley. How's that? There you go. Uh, Christoph Waltz. I said Christopher Waltz. Christoph Waltz. Kazuya versus Yachi, or Jin versus Kaya. Who has the best father versus son fight in the series? Um, Honestly, I would definitely say. Well, first and foremost, the Mashiba family is one of the most dysfunctional families in video games. I have there. You know what? In retrospect, the Mashiba family is kind of like the McMahon family from professional wrestling. But they're worse. You got one son that wants to kill this. Like this one son, going not even just going from Hihachi, going from Hihachi's father, Kenpachi, his son bury his Kenpachi Hihachi Hihachi buries his father underground. Hihachi takes his son Kazuya, throws him in a volcano. Uh, uh, Kazuya doesn't show his son Jin any kind of love. It's crazy. And then of course there's all these side bastard children, and I don't mean it like that, but that's what you call them, bastards. Hiachi had more kids on the side. He it's just crazy. And then just seeing what Hihachi's wife was and all that stuff, but it's crazy. It is it is just sheer craziness. In my opinion, it's just sheer craziness. Just to see that, you're like, what the hell is wrong with this family? The only one that's really like nice is June. June definitely is. She does love her son. You know. Speaking of Tekken, did you like the live action movie? No, I didn't like that movie. That movie was stupid, trash. Did you ever play? I love Jack and Daxter. I would love to see more Jack and Daxter games. I would love to see more Jack and Daxter games. Hiachi was rolling a stone, rolling a stone. Get it? So yeah, um, I can't with I can't with that family. That family is bugging. They're bugging. They're crazy. Um, I consider the first live action actor Tekken to be so bad it's fun. Yeah, it's I watched it once, never watched it again. Same thing about the King of Fighters movie. Watched it once, never watched it again. I didn't like the actor who played Terry in that. You had Maggie Q playing Mai Shiranui in that, and I love Maggie Q, but I was like, she's not really Mai. It's like she's not. It's just yeah, it's just not good. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Have Angel Garcia asks, have you ever seen the new Planet of the Apes movies? Yeah, I have. I watched them. They're good. I like them. I like them a lot. I think Caesar was great. I have not watched the last one though. The last one that came out, I still need to watch that one. But I watched all, Caesar's arc. Those were great. Um uh I'm forgetting his name. The who did the motion capturing for Caesar. He was great. He was so good in that. Yeah. Um. Let's see. What's next? Fun to go. MSK. Okay. Yeah. Uh. Geese Howard family. No better. What? There's no. Nah. Uh. Not. You cannot compare Geese the Howard family to the Mashiba. They're there. No way. Geese is not as that the Mashiba family is completely overshadows them. They're just nah. That's not even a comparison. Not saying that they're yeah, the true they're no better, but Geese and Geese Howard and Terry raising Geese's son. It's crazy. Lorenzo Smalls acts as best live action fighting game movies. Well, there ain't a lot. I can tell you that right now. There are not a lot of them. Um, I will always say the first Mortal Kombat movie is still the best. I do not care for the remake. I didn't like the remake. I did not like that. I don't care for the sequel that's coming out now. People ask me that too, like, oh, like why didn't you like it? People get on me like, oh, you didn't like the remake? It had everything you want. I was like, no, it didn't. I'm like, it did not. I hate it. I hated the whole concept of how they got their abilities. I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. I hated that. I hated how they treated Sonya in that. I'm like, the fuck is this? I The only thing I did like was the beginning when they were shooting. Like, it seemed like it was going to focus on the story of the Lin Kuei and the Shiro Shirai, and I was loving it. I liked how they did Sub Zero in this. They made him like a slasher, like he was an unstoppable slasher. I like that. But just because you put in fatalities and blood and all that, that ain't gonna cut it for me. I don't know why they added Cole. That was stupid. It was stupid. It made no sense to me. Cole should have never been in the damn movie. There was no tournament. There was no tournament. I'm like, what is this? I didn't like that at all. It just no. Um, let's see what else. Um, live action fighting game. Uh, well, Street Fighter, not really from '94, but Street Fighter Assassin's Fist and all. I love those. That was done perfectly, and more like that. That's how you do it. That's how you do Street Fighter. You know, but there ain't a lot, man. There is not a lot because because to me studios get involved too much and they don't get the right people to direct or write these things. It's dumb. Sorry, Lorenzo, but it's true. It's just favorite moments in Avatar: Last Airbender. It's too many to describe, but uh, one of my favorites moments is when Appa got lost. And when they found him again, that was just showed how much Aang cared about Appa. I love that. Like that made me cry. I was like, yeah. I mean, how cool would that be? You have a, a flying bison. Uh, that was cool. Um, when they captured, I'm not. No, we ain't going there. No. Man, a lot of question on Tekken. If Kazuya and the Shredder teamed up, they wouldn't team up at all. Let's stop right there. That ain't happen. Shredder too egotistical to team up with somebody who's got an alpha dog mentality. No way. He couldn't do that. He could not do that at all. Do you play? Do you? Who should play Ryu in the new Street Fighter movie? If it was me, I'd get Mike Moe come back. I, yeah, I thought Mike Moe, who was in the Assassin's Fist. I thought he was great. He was not a bad Ryu. You know, the first thing you got to understand is when you play Ryu, you're essentially playing a very noble character who is always looking to perfect himself. And if you can't appreciate that, then don't play him. He's completely different from his brother from another mother, Ken. And I thought Mike Moe did a good job of portraying him right compared to the other guy in the '94 movie. The first That right there pissed me off as a kid when they were street hustlers. I was like, there is no fucking way Ryu is gonna be a street hustler. And Ken, of all people, Mr. Rich, man, like what the fuck? Like I was never mind. Um, Geese Howard, is he Japanese or American? Geese Howard, I believe, is American. I can't. Yeah, I think he's American. He just appreciates Japanese culture. Uh, Ken, if I'm not mistaken, he's Asian. He's white and Asian. His mother is Japanese, I believe. Um, about a okay. Closing thing. Closing thing to good movie. Closest thing to a good movie about the fighting game tournament structure of a fighting game is Bloodsport. Bloodsport was classic, even though it wasn't real. Frank Dukes is the biggest liar in the field. I know I still know people to this day that think that movie was real. That was based on when they see that based on a real story, still think it's real. No, Frank Dukes is a liar. He's a pathological liar. He lied about that whole thing. It's just as bad as Hogan, you know. So nah, but it's still a great movie. Like if you're gonna do a tournament, like the first Mortal Kombat did the tournament well. It wasn't bad, but that the latest one they just fucked over the tournament. Like what the fuck? Like there's a reason for why they're doing this, and it didn't work. It really did not work. Gieshauer was in Tekken 7. Yeah, he was a guest star, and that's really cool. Uh, and Tekken 7 acknowledges one thing that now is literally canon. Is it literally is canon? Is the fact that Akuma is was not just a guest star; he was a part of the main story. That's basically saying that Street Fighter and Tekken are in the same universe. They're in a shared universe. Perfect. Um, Hardest SNK boss. Um, uh, what's his name from King of Fighters? Not Rugal. Fuck, what is his name? Damn it! I'm forgetting his name. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, he's definitely one of the hardest. Oh, what is his name? I gotta look him up. Orochi. There we go. He's definitely up there. I used to have trouble with that fucker all the time. I'm like, yeah. Uh, who are your top favorite movie characters? That is actually that right there. I could do a whole video on that. But top movie characters. Uh, yeah. See that top movie characters. The T-800, Sarah Connor, Ripley, um, John Wick, uh, um, uh, Beatrice Kiddo, um, 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 uh, Michael Myers is up there. Yeah, Michael Myers is up there. Michael Myers. Uh, yes, like those are some of them. Like I said, that would be the time for another time. Uh, Geese. What? Who bullshits more, Frank Dukes or Hogan? Laughing at Hogan. Hogan all the way. Hogan is a pathological liar. Warhawk, you know better than anybody. Hogan is a pathological liar. Don't think I don't see you on Solid Monsters. I see you all the time. And I'm like, hey, Warhawk, cool. Uh, uh, Sagat from Street Fighter. What country is he from? Thailand. Don't you see his martial art? He's a Muay Thai fighter. Where does Muay Thai come from? Thailand. Shouts out to the Thai fighters. But he is the most inaccurate because Muay Thai fighters are not 7 feet four. If you ever go look up Thai fighters, you'll see them ranging from maybe 5'7" to 5'9". They're never 6 feet. They're small. They're small, but they hit hard. Muay Thai is like a martial art that I would love to train, or would love to train, because it is, you are a damn fucking weapon. Everything on you is a weapon, from your elbows to. That's why I said, when you see somebody clinch and they're a Muay Thai, it's like it's over. Like, don't run into a Muay Thai fighter trying to grab them and try to take them down, because that you're dead. Knee to the face, you're getting elbows. It's Muay Thai is great, but yeah, Sagat is from Thailand. Sagat also trained. He has a disciple, Adin. He's also from Thai. Adin's the other one, Jaguar Tooth. He's that's Adin is Sagat's pupil, but then he wants to beat him. And one thing I love about Sagat is one of the few characters from that actually got out of Shadow Law. Like, he's not with them anymore. He left. He left Shadow Law a long time ago. Like, look at that. That just showed that he had will to. He wasn't indoctrinated too much. And even now, when he fights Ryu, he wants to fight him. He wants to fight him because of, like, just the honor code, not he wants to kill him. Because people forget where Sagat got that scar from. That came from Ryu, because he did the dragon punch. He lost his eye from Dan's father. Yeah, Dan's father did that to him. Matter of fact, if you play Street Fighter Alpha, you'll see Sagat holding somebody. That's Dan's father. He tucks him. That's why when Dan fights Sagat, he's that's because he's just stupid as shit. Do a lot of older Disney films hold up in your opinion? Absolutely. The animation, the storytelling, yes, they do. They hold up a lot. Because you know why? I'll even say this. You know why I can say that? Because when I first watched it, it made me cry, and it still makes me cry now as I gotten older. The Fox and the Hound. That came out in the 70s. And I watched that, and I still cry like a baby with that. What did the Fox and the Hound do that made such a great appeal to it? It showcased you can be from different backgrounds, because there was a fox and a hound. They're supposed to be enemies, but they were friends. And then something came between them, mainly because Copper, the hound, he got raised by a man who hunts foxes, and that. But over time, at the end of it, you seen him step in to protect him from his master. Like, don't, like, he's still my friend. Like, I love that scene. It make me cry every time. I'm like, oh, and that song, "The Best of Friends," like, when your best of friends, skin and all that don't matter. A lot of the older Disney movies had a subtle meaning to them. You got to catch it, but you'll figure it out. Once you figure it out, you're like, oh, I see where they went with that. That's really good. I love it though. Even though I will say this, even though if you look at a lot of the movies, the older movies from, like, the Golden Age, you can see they recycled animation, but still better, much better. And if it is true that Disney wants to go back to hand drawing, I'm all for that. Go back to that. Let's go back to the old school. Old school is still cool. Let's see. Alec Baldwin always been a jerk. um, uh, I I like Alan Baldwin, but I feel bad for him because of the situation he was put in. Like, it's not his fault that that person died on the set of that movie. I don't like that for him. It's not his fault. That should have been tested by a lot of prop guys. Like, when that happened, it reminded me of what happened to Brandon Lee on the Crow movie. What about Rocky and Indy on the list of movies? Yes, they're up there. Like I said, they're up there. But that's like a top 10 list is definitely something I would do on its own. Like that's what I'm saying. But yeah, they're up there. Uh, what time is it? Oh, we got more time. What was the next question? My niece turns 1 tomorrow. Congratulations. Uh, who should play DJ from Street Fighter? I don't know because I don't think they would ever cast a real Jamaican to play him. It would always have to be an actor to pull off uh, a Jamaican accent instead of really going real into a Jamaican accent that's probably speaking with patois and all that. Yeah, they wouldn't do it because most of the time, like, have you ever heard like like when they speak real patois? There's sometimes you can't really understand what they said. So it's different. Hollywood Jamaican is completely different from when you hear it in person. I'm from New York and I live in an area right now that are full of West Indians. My landlord is from Jamaica, so trust me, I know what it sounds like. Um, Angel asks, do you think Robin Williams and Jim Carrey would have been a great duo in a movie? Hell yeah. We never got that. That would have been so cool. I think it would have been cool. I think Jim would have been more excited to do it than would have been giddy to do that. Um, who's more insane, Vega or Yamazaki? I'm going Vega. I ain't licking nobody's blood. He's sadistic and crazy, like and vain. He's a vain, sadistic Spanish ninja. He's a Spaniard. I'm nothing wrong with anybody from Spain because that's what you. Nothing wrong with that. But Vega's sick. He's sick. I'm not licking people's blood like he licks. No one's to a point like man should be a fucking vampire. It's just nasty. Um, Still like a Goofy movie. I love the Goofy movie, and even if they didn't have the power line part in there, which I've always said I think I want to cosplay as Powerline one of these times. Like find the because I actually found the Powerline costume, and I would love to probably cosplay as that. But uh Goofy movie is great. I love that because that tells another good story of you know it it tells a story of one a parent trying to stay close to one's child while the child is growing up and you're not giving them space. um and then the other part is like the child feeling like the parent is still looking at him as a child, and they even play that up in the movie. I remember the scene where Max is even saying like I got my own life, Dad. Like, and Goofy says, I know that, but I just want to be a part of it. And it's like, and you kind of understand it from Goofy's side. Like, yeah, like Max, he's trying to do things with you, but you're pushing him away. And then of course, there's the peer pressure of Max want to impress a girl. He's trying to impress Roxanne, so he makes up that lie about we're going. Yeah, my dad and I are going to L.A. to see Powerline, and he knows him and all that. And all that happenstance happened because just out of sheer luck, and you hear what did Roxanne say? I liked you already. When I heard that laugh, yeah, and who doesn't like the Goofy laugh? That if somebody laughed like that in real life, I would love that because it's like it's like every time I hear like for example, it's like Eddie Murphy's laugh. Now I just heard I just heard an interview with Eddie. He says he doesn't laugh like that anymore. He trained himself not to laugh like anymore. I'm like, what? Why? Like that was your signature laugh. So it makes it's funny like that. But yeah, like a Goofy movie was great. It's still good. And yes, the Powerline song "Eye to Eye." I listen to that all the time on like YouTube Music. Like it's such a great song. And shouts out to Tevin Campbell for singing it. It's great. It's a damn good song. Um, but yeah, Goofy movie's definitely up there. Good call. Good call, Travis. Good call. Does Snow White hold up in your opinion? I never was a fan of Snow White, so I don't care. I, I didn't care about them. I didn't. I don't. I don't care about Snow White. I didn't care about what Disney princess did I. I was fine with Cinderella, and I was fine with Sleeping Beauty, but Snow White just I didn't care. Even though I do have my favorite dwarf, uh, Dopey. I love Dopey. He's funny. How are you, bro? I'm fine, Eliza. Very fine. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for this. Everybody, she knows that Mikey is my favorite turtle. So thank you for that. Indeed. Uh, God of Comics asks, do you think Yajiro can beat Gil from Street Fighter? And do you think he would hate him? First, fuck Gil. No offense. I hate Gil. I hate Gil. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I felt like what a cheap replacement to Bison and all those characters. Like, I don't even look at Akuma as a villain. Akuma is not necessarily a villain, or Goki, really, depending how you look at him. But Gil was he just sucks. And you know what? No Street Fighter villain after Vega or M Bison has been better than Bison. Gil sucked. That other doofus from and Street Fighter Five and all of them. What's his name? From Sin. That dude that got like the yin and yang ball in his jaw. I hate him too. I'm like, he suck. They all suck. Like, what's his name? Seth. Yeah, he sucked too. Suck failure. Like, nobody compares to Bison. Bison is the ultimate Street Fighter villain. Perfect. That's why you can see that trying to remake him or find his protege in Street Fighter 6 and 5. I hate him. I hate Gil. He sucks. Where was I? Galactus Girl. Favorite Disney villain. That would go between Malevolence or uh, Cruella Deville. She's definitely up there. And Jafar and Scar. I'll put it. Yeah, there's a couple. Angel, favorite Rocky movie. That's my favorite. 4 is my favorite. Because why I love 4 so much. If you would ask me to rank them, just the Rocky movies, not Creed, that saga, just the Rocky stories. 4, 1, 2. No, wait. 4, 2, 3, 1. Rocky Balboa. The 6th one. The 5th one is my least favorite. I don't like that one. But Rocky 4 is my favorite. Why? Because that fight wasn't about a belt. That was personal, and that's why I love in Creed 2, and when Drago and Rocky meet, and Drago's like, "There's no pictures of our fight on there on the wall." And what did he say? That wasn't a fight. That wasn't a fight to like acknowledge. That was nothing. I love that because it wasn't. Rocky went there to basically in happenstance try to kill Drago. You killed my friend. Like, you killed, which as a kid, I remember watching that as a kid, like when that movie came out, I was 5. And I loved it then. And I love Dolph Lundgren. Shouts out to Dolph Lundgren. I know he just he's cancer free now. Congratulations. I love that. But when I was like 10 and I was watching that, I remember asking my dad all the time, like, "Daddy, how come How come he not going to jail? He killed the man. Like I just asked him, like why he's still. And my dad never really had an answer, but I always, as I got older, I started thinking, well, maybe he had diplomatic immunity and it was a fighting event. So, but at the same time, just hearing what Drago said, what did he say? What was the line he said? If he dies, he dies. Like, what kind of shit is that to hear somebody say that? And I was hoping that we would have saw like a a a face to face with Drago and Adonis, basically saying you killed my father, and you don't show no kind of remorse for that. They put it more between Drago's son, and I'm like, no, I want to hear Donnie talk like, what the fuck, like you killed my father, and I thought, okay, at the end he would have Drago would have said something like, I'm sorry, apologize for, like, I'm sorry for what I did, you know, but he didn't. There was none of that, no acknowledgement of it. I always wish there was, but that's my favorite Rocky movie, definitely. Did you hear that uh, Sadie Sink has been casted in? I have a video coming up. That is the next opinion spot, guys, of Sadie Sink, and I think there's 6 characters that I think she's playing. Stay tuned for that. That'll be up this Friday, I believe. Yeah, this Friday or earlier. So look for that, Angel. Still hate Gil as a final boss. Yes, I do. On St. Patrick's Day, I watched Homer versus the 18th Amendment, aka the Prohibition episode. Ages well. I haven't watched Simpsons in so long, and there's a part of me that's gonna just go on. I think on Hulu or Disney Plus, and just sit back and just probably rewatch The Simpsons over again. Just because I forget what season I stopped really watching it. I would always watch the Treehouse specials, but never watched the. I stopped watching The Simpsons like that. Um, Galactus, person, do you like Space Ghost comics from Dynamite? Yes. Me and me and Mr. We got to talk to the writer of the Space Ghost comic. It's on his. It's on his channel. Y'all go to Mr. Multiverse. You'll find it. David Propose. He was talking about Space Ghost, and he talked about his Captain Planet comic coming out. So yeah, he was great. I do love it. Happy belated 43rd birthday, because thank you, Perry. Glad you like the gift. I thank you. I uh, what do you like about Mickey? Uh, Mickey's fine. I mean, he's very kind. But I watched a horror film not too long ago. At When I was at MegaCon this year, I got me, Multi, and Julie, his girlfriend. We got a free screening of the horror film based off of Mickey Mouse's Steamboat Willie. As a horror film, and he's killing people, but he's like a mouse, so he's like this big, but he's still killing people. It takes place on the Staten Island ferry boat. So it's supposed to take place. Takes place in New York, and it was the kills in that was sick. But I'm not a big fan of taking public domain and making horror out of it. I know there's a Popeye one coming up. I don't care about that. I don't care. But I gotta admit, the Steamboat Willie one was actually, it was okay. It's written by the same people that brought us Art the Clown and stuff. I believe the actor who played Art the Clown was Steamboat Willie. But I don't need to be seeing Willie, Mickey Mouse cutting people's ching ching off. He did that in that movie. Uh, no villain can replace Bison. For Street Fighter, yeah, it's hard. Bison has always been that G. He has always been that person. Um, Gil Gutterson is a better character than Gil from okay. If Street Fighter did this as a comic book when Akuma raised a son, who who would you read it from that they make? Well, all the Street Fighter comics are under Udon Comics, so mostly everything that Capcom does is under Udon. So the Final Fight comic, the Rival Schools comic, the Chung Li comic, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, all under Udon. Go check them out. They're great. How many manga series have you read? How many manga series have I read? Would you like to see, Perry? They're right behind me. Come on, focus. There you go. There you. There's more on there. There you go. There's more. Like there's more over there. You can't really see. There's more over here. But yeah, there's a bunch. And those are just the ones that I own compared to what I've read. But yeah, there you go, Perry. Um, I recently got into manga myself. That's good. Manga's cool to get into. Uh, I know some people have a hard time how to read it. You don't read from right to left. You read it from no. You don't read it left to right. You read it from right to left. So yeah, but it's fun. It's great. Um, would you like to see Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman interact as Spider-Man? Yes, I would. That'd be great. Winnie the Pooh movies have definitely aged well for me. I love Winnie. Tigger is my. I actually follow. Here's a recommendation for you guys. To go follow Jim Cumming, the voice actor Jim Cumming. He has a YouTube channel and he talks about the roles that he's played, or like because Jim Cummings voices Darkwing Duck. He voices Winnie the Pooh. He talks about like the latest thing he had on there was Walter Johnson, Jones, who played Zach. And I found out that Walter, he's missing a finger. He only has four fingers on one hand. I had no idea he was missing a finger, and it happened when he was a kid. He shot his finger off. uh, You know, um, so he has like one of his fingers is his hand is like this. And he talked about how when he was a kid, you know, people would never bullied him, and one of the people would always girls would ask him, "Are you the kid that got four fingers?" And he would show it to them, and they were like, "Ooh, can I touch it?" And one kid that was trying to bully, he said he'd take his hand and put him on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you the four fingers of death," and he grabbed it. And the kid, oh, it's the funniest thing. But yeah, I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, he really does only have four fingers on it. It's crazy." And I'm like, all that time watching Power Rangers, and he talked about how he used to hide it so well you couldn't tell. But he talked about how he couldn't go into the military because of that. He couldn't. He always had a hard time typing. Of course, he couldn't play the guitar. He needed a left-handed guitar. Like he tried to enlist into the Air Force, and they said, "Well, you can't do it, son, because of your hand." I'm like, wow, really? So I felt bad for him, but I was like, wow, I never knew that. But yeah, Jim Cummins, he has a YouTube channel and is great. He talks to different voice actors over there, and they'll go back and forth. Like one, he had who did he have on there? He had the new actor that voices all the Looney Tunes, and it was Daffy Duck and Darkwing Duck talking to each other. It was fun. I was like, oh, that's so cool. So yeah. Um, so yeah, Jim Cummins, he has a channel. It's really cool. I think he calls it J Poo. I think it's J Poo or something like that, but it's fun. I love stuff like that. Um let's see. The The "kill my father" quote reminded me of Princess Bride. You ever seen Princess Bride? Yes, I have. Is the Batmobile from the Burt movie your favorite iteration? The '89 Batmobile? Hell yeah. That is the best design Batmobile ever. But, but, I will say this: the Batmobile in the State Farm commercial, that that's a nice looking Batmobile. I was like, that's nice. But I don't like the Tumbler. I hated the Tumbler. Um, I hated the Batmobile from. I hated the Batman Forever Batmobile. I hated that design. I was like, I know they were trying to go for like a real bat, like those supposed to be like rib cages. I'm like, no. Um, I wasn't a fan of the Batman and Robin Batmobile where it was just like a one seater. I didn't like that. Um, even uh the Batman, I think, yeah, the Batman. Um, you know the you know the Patterson Batman. His Batmobile just looked like somebody just souped up, just put some souped up engine on. It didn't look. The Batmobile is supposed to be unique from every car, and that one just didn't look unique. And then I think the Batmobile from the Affleck's Batman was all right, but no. '89 Batmobile best. Why do you think the animated series took that one? See, um, what's your favorite Adult Swim animated series? Uh, Original series or just anime? Like, cause yeah. Um. Uh. Ah, man, I might kind of come back to that one. Yeah, I might have to come. I'll come back to that one. Uh. Yeah, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Who asked that question? I'll come back to that, Angel. I'll Let me think for a second about that one. Um, I'm sorry, I meant Mikey from oh from TN, not Mickey. Oh, um, what do I love? The reason why I like Michelangelo so much is because he's the heart. He's really the heart of the turtles. He's the one. He's almost like the glue that keeps them together. And almost in every iteration of their stories, you see like if Mikey left or the turtles, they break apart. And he's the one that's not. Oh, he's not ruling. He's not really willing to kill right away. He's always thinking first. And Mikey's the party dude, but he's not really like that all the time. Don't get it twisted of what they did in the '87 show. You know, Mikey, and besides that, Mikey probably has probably one of the most the weapon that you have to have real discipline with. He's got nunchucks. What happens if you're not disciplined with nunchucks? They'll hit you back. You trying to pop, you get hit in the face with it. You know, so yeah. And there was a guy who did I forgot where it was, but he did like a theory on why he Splinter gave trained them in their different weapons. Leo is the most disciplined, so he has the katanas, and Raphael's the hothead, so he's got sais, which are more defensive weapons. They're not really used for stabbing. They're more for, if you know anything about sais, they're more used for defensive. Grab swords, catch sword, snap them if the sword is weak enough. That's why the prongs are like that. So you can catch a sword and snap, and if the sword is the metal's not that good. With Donnie, he has a simple bow staff, which is still great, a bow, but Donnie focuses so much on technology, a bow staff. But Mikey is he really is the heart and soul of the team. He's and I love Mikey. That's my favorite. That's my favorite turtle. I love what he stands for, and he's the little brother. Yeah, he's the little brother out of all of them, but he's still the most. He's got the most heart out of all of them. He's always willing to see past, you know. So and look at the different. You see, like for example, I'll use an example. Um, the last last CGI Turtles cartoon from Nickelodeon. Mikey was the first one when he interacted with Leatherhead. He was the one telling, but like, no, he's not bad. Like, it's just what they did to him. Like, he'll flip out if certain things have happened to him. But he was the first. He was Leatherhead's first friend. It was really cool because I'm like, yeah, that's how Mikey would be. Um, but if you now, okay, Angel, if I can, one would definitely be the Boondocks. I keep forgetting Boondocks was on Adult Swim. Uh, Boondocks is definitely up there. There you go. There's one. There you go. I see. I just had to think a little bit. I um let's see. That's one of my favorite Adult Swim animated series. Uh, and shouts out to Regina King, for doing both Riley and like that. She did both of their voices, you know. And I remember her talking about it too. And rest in peace, John Witherspoon, who played Grandpa, on that. So, um, Perry King, have you seen the third Sonic movie? Absolutely no, I have not. I'm gonna watch it soon. I haven't watched it, but I heard good things about it. Uh, what games in the same universe? What games is in the same universe in Street Fighter? Well, like I said, I feel Tekken is in the Street Fighter universe, but Rival Schools that's Street Fighter. That's in the same universe. Rival Schools is just Street Fighter High School, but that's the high school that Sakura goes to, and so yeah, they're in the same universe. Definitely. Uh, Final Fight. Final Fight. That they're in the same universe. That why you think you see Guy and Cody and Relento, Sodom and Birdie in Street Fighter games? They're all from Final Fight. So yeah, there's a couple. Um, what power would Chainsaw Man think of? Wait, what would power from Chainsaw Man think of Dante from Devil May Cry? And also, do you want to see Chainsaw Man and Devil May Cry crossover? Uh, I think Power would like him. Um, would like Dante and vice versa. And being the fact that Devil, they're kind of demon based, but it's a little bit different. I don't know if it would mix well together though. That's the problem. Favorite John Williams score. Favorite John Williams score. That would be. I would probably have to say. Indiana Jones for sure. That's definitely up there. Um, Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, uh, Jaws, Jaws, and um, and Superman. Those are my top five right there. I love Winnie the Pooh. Poop. Uh, did did feel sorry. Aki Bono. I felt sorry for Aki Bono, sumo wrestler. Why? Hey there, everyone. I'm back. I was going. Okay. Does Dragon Ball still hold up? Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it does. It's still one of the greatest action animes there is, mangas, whatever. Imagine this: Dante from Devil May Cry. He uses his he. Wait, what? Imagine Dante from Devil May Cry uses reboot self as a human shield. You that would be him using his reboot self. I could care less. Favorite anime: Nero Masada Masu. Uh, favorite anime. One of them is definitely Rurouni Kenshin. That's definitely up there. Yu Yu Hakusho, definitely another one. Dragon Ball, all the shonen stuff I love. But then there's the Slayers. I don't think a lot of people y'all know about the Slayers. What y'all know about the Slayers? Uh, Berserk, Fist of the North Star, things like that. There's a bunch. Yeah, what y'all know about Slayers? Lena Inverse in the gang. Who do you think would win, Unicron or Galactus? This debate gets used a lot. I I don't know. They're both very powerful. What if GI Robot was in Wolfenstein? There would be a lot of dead Nazis. That dude would go on a yo. The GI Robot is ridiculous. But look, I look who likes Nazis? I sure don't. So just sick 'em, boy. Go ahead, get them. Oh, you think you're the master race? Okay, I got a friend. Yo, Robot, take him out. GI Robot is crazy, but I actually like him. I'm like, yo, it's like I need to. I'm like, he is sick, but he's funny to me. Um, you looking forward to watching Devil May Cry anime? Yes, I am, and I can't wait to hear that new song by Evanescence that's coming out. I think this week. It's that is for the Devil May Cry, and I love me some Amy Lee. So to hear her sing it, I'm like, oh, yeah. I heard a little bit of it last night. They the Devil May Cry Facebook page put up a little bit of it. It's called Afterlife. It's just I was like, ooh, I like this. Um, nice shirt. Oh, my Venom shirt. Yeah. We are Venom. Venom. We are Venom. Venom. Now you deal with Venom. Let's see where we got. All right. We got. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time. I'll get ready to wrap this up. Uh, who is your favorite character in Team Fortress 2? I've never played it, but I've watched videos on it, and the characters in there are just funny to me. So I can't really say I have a favorite because I've only watched footage of it. Like you know, like heavy arms. I am a heavy weapon. And you know, if I was to say one of them as one of my favorite, um, it's got to be the Black Scotsman. This guy is Scottish, but he's black, and I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. If I was a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. Oh, oh, it seems like they have to glue you back together in hell. It's the funniest thing to me. It's crazy. I'm a Black Scotsman. I'm like a Black Scotsman. That's the funniest thing. Um, I'm I'm so mad that Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur ended. I actually liked that. The series was good. That was really good. And uh, Lunella is, and I believe she still is the most smart. She is the smartest person in the Marvel universe. She is smarter than Reed Richards. She is smarter than Tony Stark. Um, she is an Inhuman, but she is the smartest person in the Marvel universe, and she is only 8 years old. But again, she is a she is a she is a female version of like Moon Boy, because before Moon Girl, it was Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur. Um, what if the Super Soldier Serum was created in Australia? So a Captain, a Captain Australia. That would be interesting. Last Ronin, Mikey trauma. Yeah, Last Ronin. I always knew that was Mikey. I remember when they first advertised that and people thought it was Raphael. They thought it was Leonardo and all. I said that's Mikey. I know it, and I was right. And I was like, this was great storytelling. Nero, would you want to see a DC versus Marvel crossover clash? Well, you're in luck because we're about to get a new Marvel DC crossovers this summer. Yep, the two companies are coming together after so many years of being apart. So, are you reading the new Venom? This is from Renzo Small. No, I'm not. I'm waiting for the trade, and I'm scared because they we don't know who it is, and I'm scared that the new Venom is somebody is fucking Paul. I swear to God, if it's Paul, I'm gonna be pissed because it's not because there are four suspects: Luke Cage, Madam Mask, Robbie Robinson, and Rick Jones. We find out what Rick Jones is not the Venom, but he is wearing a symbiote now. Rick Jones has one of Venom's latest offspring, youngest offspring. Um, so, but he's not. He is not. He's not. But I'm glad to see Rick doing his thing again. What if Dante was in the DC universe, and what DC characters would he be good friends with? But being the fact that his origin is based in supernatural, you look at all the supernatural characters, from Constantine to Doctor Fate to Blue Devil to Lady Xanadu, all those characters. Yeah, there you go. Uh, Angel, do you think Doctor Strange would stand a chance against Freddy Krueger? Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. That's hell yeah. Like you trying to deal with Freddy going into Strange's head. That's a big mistake. Freddy would not stand a chance against Steven. He'll eat Doc. You know why? You know why I say that? Because Doctor Strange has dealt with Nightmare, who is just Freddy Krueger, just more powerful. There you go. That would be a lot. I can see him go Freddy going into Strange's mind, and Strange was like, "You really want to do this? Get out of here and just get him out. There's no way." So what would happen? What would you consider to be the DC Comics equivalent to the Hulk? There was this character I forget that came out that they kind of was basing him kind of like the Hulk. But look, there really is no real true equivalent of the Hulk. The Hulk is one of a kind in a sense. You know, even though the Hulk is basically Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because that's kind of how Stan Lee and them based him off of. But yeah, there's no equivalent. There's no real DC equivalent to Spider Man. And if you say Black Spider, you're no, it's not. He is nothing like Spider Man. They are not alike. They have no. They one is not even super powered. So no. Do you miss Michael Jackson to this day? Yes, I miss Michael all the time. I miss him all the time. Nobody likes Paul. Why should we? Fuck him. Uh, got a comments. What do you not like? Why do you not like Metal Sonic? Who said I didn't like Metal Sonic? I never said that. I don't really care for him too much. I just I don't really care. It's like, oh, a Sonic that's metal. Okay, but I hate him. They're making a Last Ronin movie. Yeah, they are making a Last Ronin movie, and a lot of fans are hoping for the original the original actress who played April to come back to play older April. I would be all for that because I loved her as April. I thought she was great. I actually put that post up not too long ago. So I said, "Who is the better April of the '90s April, the original and the later the actress who played her, Paige Turner, I think that's her name, who played her in part 2 and 3, which 3 gets a lot of flack, but I actually like the Turtles in Time movie because that's all it was, Turtles in Time movie. Um, do you have any advice for someone who just entered their 30s? Enjoy it. That's the best thing I can do. Yeah, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just my brother's and Malcolm's in his 30s, so yeah, just enjoy it. Like just take one step, one day at a time. That's all it is. One step at a time. Got a comic. Jack says, "What if Battle Beast tried to fight Old Man Kratos? Do you think Kratos would be a worthy opponent for Battle Beast?" Yeah. Um, I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but Battle Beast does die. I'm not. I don't want to spoil it for people, but he does die. I'm not gonna spoil who kills him, but I'm gonna tell you he does die. Um, my cat Salem, Salem. You named your cat after uh, from uh, uh, why am I forgetting her name? Sabrina. Say it. Keeps knocking my fingers off the shelf. I know why, but he needs to stop. Cats are very independent, and but they when they show that they love you, yeah, you know how they really will. Do you know about the new Avatar animated movies? The movies. I'm looking forward to the new series that's going to be an Earthbender. I've been waiting for that. I'm like, yeah, we did a water, we did a waterbender, we did a airbender. I was like, I'm hoping the next Avatar will be a Earthbender first. So yeah, we're gonna get that. But I'm looking forward to those movies that take place in between where we get to see Aang how he was when he was older because we only got nitpicks of it. We only got like teases of it. I want to know, yeah, how the gang was when they were back then. That'd be great. Is there any character or celebrity you can do a good impersonation of? No, not really. No, not really. Most of my impersonations come from like animated characters, not real life actors or no, like characters. Like I can do Muscle Man pretty well from from regular show. I can do Marvin the Martian to a degree, and I can do well Muttley. From I could just do his laugh, the laugh, that I could do that. So yeah. You are loved and important. Oh, thank you. Uh, What's your impression of the Thing? What's Thing? Ben Grimm Thing? I love Ben. Ben is cool. Uh, or the movie The Thing. You gotta reiterate that. Um, okay. I'm so happy that Kyle is going to Spotlight. I know it's not a spotlight, but at least he's going to be used again. Yeah, he's in the Green Lantern Corps comic, and that's great. But I still, want I just want more respect for Kyle, and it just seems like they every time they do something new with a Green Lantern, it's Kyle is he's pushed to the side. Oh, we're gonna use yep, here we go. Well, the Green Lantern series is Hal John Stewart. Oh, there's another Green Lantern and Superman. Oh, is it Kyle? No, it's Guy Gardner. And then, oh, we're doing a Green Lantern animated series. It's not Kyle. It's Jessica Cruz. And I got nothing against Jessica Cruz, but it's like, where's the love for Kyle Rayner? Huh? Come on, man. Um, the Hammer episode of Regular Show is my favorite. Yeah, I love that episode. The Hammer. Do you take my picture? Oh no, bro! And he got his muscle man's boobs hit him in the face. It's the Hammer. What? Nobody's beat the Hammer. It's impossible. What does he look like? He's blue with a black mullet. 5. Uh-huh. Oh man. So you gonna let us use your TV? Sure, I'll let you use your TV. Just to watch you lose. Woo! Woo! It's stupid. That's the funniest shit. Oh no, bro. That's the funniest thing. I want to see these guys lose. Um, yeah, that's funny. The Hammer episode is supposed to be basically what he was the villain in the original Double Dragon game, the final boss. That's what he's supposed to be. Because if you watch regular show, you could tell the creators are 80s brats straight off. You could tell right away. You could tell where they were born, what era they come from, because their video game their video game system is basically the Sega Master System. You can look right at it, it's like, yeah, that was Sega's first console. I had that, and I had Double Dragon for that, and Double Dragon was hard as fuck. Um, and you could tell, but it's the funniest thing. Look at the remember the episode with the giant bearded face, Garrett Bobby, like that game that we're playing was just a psych bike. It's just like, yeah, these are classic games. Like I said, because I know I'm a lot older than a lot of y'all, so I sometimes show my age. It's just like, okay. Uh, Asking for help isn't giving up. No, that's not. Why would you put that? I need to get a comic book of Kyle Rayner. What would be the best? But his run, his run as Green Lantern. So that's after uh Kyle. That's after Hal went was had parallax in him. So right after that, pick it up. Kyle had a good run, and anything from Grant Morrison, and because when Grant Morrison was writing Justice League, Kyle Rayner was the Green Lantern, and then of course anything where Kyle was the White Lantern is great. Do you think this is who do you think is the better lawyer? Matt Murdock, Simon, yeah, no, Phoenix Wright, or Sal Goodman? Well, I never watched Better Call Saul, so I can't really. And I've seen a little bit of Phoenix Wright, but Matt Murdock is because he could tell if you're lying or not. Right there, that you you're done. What's the latest manga have you read so far? Right now, I am reading. There are. I'm still reading Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's still going. I'm reading Kaiju number 8. That's still going. I'm reading Fire Force, and most of those I'm reading in omnibuses. Um, Juju Kaisen. I'm still reading. The latest one I got is not even Trigon. That's just something I wanted to add to my collection. This is the latest uh, manga that I'm reading. It's called Samurai 8, Tales of Haruchimaru. It's written by Mashida Kishimoto. He's the creator of Naruto. So instead of ninja, this is dealing with samurai. That's the latest that I have. I haven't read it yet, but yep, that was the latest manga that I picked up. Um, James Gunn says he got plans for other Green Lanterns, so hopefully, I trust Gunn. I do trust him, and I trust him complicitly because what he did with his Guardians trilogy was great. I loved his trilogy of Guardians. What a great trilogy he did. It's probably one of my favorite MCU trilogies. That last one was heartbreaking. That actually made me cry too. I was like, yeah, whoa. But so I do trust Gunn, but I just hope he doesn't excuse me. I just hope he doesn't overexert himself with trying to do everything by himself. I don't want him to feel like he needs to be DC's version of Kevin Feige. No, don't do that. Don't go there. There's one Kevin Feige. There doesn't need to be another. If you need help, what did Caroline just say? Helping hand. Come with me. I'll help. Take my hand and I'll get you through. Uh, and the last question here, guys, I'm gonna end it right here. Is sucks that we lost Toriyama last. Yeah, it still hurts at the anniversary of his death. It's funny. The last episode of Dragon Ball Daimyo came out uh, on his anniversary of his death. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing what his successors do with the franchise. But yeah, it is sad. It is very sad to know Toriyama-san is gone. But outside of that, guys, thank you for hanging out with me for a while. I appreciate it, guys. Like I said, if you would like to watch my reactions to uh, Creature Commandos, it is free for everybody. Because I know there's people that ask, is it can I watch it? I'm like, yeah, just go to my Patreon, sign up for free, become a free member, and check it out. The link is down below. But there are other things on there. There are some other things for free members, but there are some exclusive stuff. Because I'm not taking a chance of putting it here on YouTube because they'll try to ban it or something else, and I'm not dealing with that. But outside of that, you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.